good morning. Let some people come on in here, but while we're getting ready, we're just going to go ahead and get into it. We're going to go ahead and get into it, and we're going to talk about a couple things, but we're going to let Mr. Ronnie McNair warm us up this morning, talking about Pontiac.
You know, some things you can't get out of you. Like that saying, you can take the boy out of the city, but you can't take the city out of the boy. That's like my town, y'all. Started in the projects, y'all. Talking about the old and the new. So many people from so many different places. That's why the city's so cool. Oh, talking about Pontiac, yeah. So glad to be from this time. Talking about Pontiac, just a little city. Oh, with a whole lot of heart. I remember as a young boy growing up, I really had lots of fun. Sneaking with the girls at Wilson Elementary School. Kissing in the coat closet. Peeping in the girls' bathroom. Trying to do all the things I wasn't old enough to do. Talking about Frankie Milano, Sandra Bowman, Clancy Daisy, Archie Mason, Sandra, Catherine, Barbara Jean Reed. Kissing outside behind the school trees. Morella, Miranda, Helena too. So many girls didn't know what to do. Oh, we chased a few. Me, Bird, Billy, and Bulldog too. And Pontiac. So glad to be from this time. Talking about Pontiac. Just a little city. Oh, yeah. But with a whole lot of heart. Yeah. Talking about Pontiac. Hey, John.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning.
There was a time my grandfather told
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
you could get anything.
Good morning, good morning.
The corner of Western and Bagley Street, Club 88, where Jackie Wilson used to come and sing. Round the corner, the Big Six, shoot them dice and get your kicks. Coolest store, Miss Ann's across the street. Right up the block, y'all, the Roach's tea room, a good place to eat. Round the way on Branch, Miss Wing's hot dog stand. Round the corner on Orton, Bucker Gay, y'all, was the main man in Pontiac. So glad that I'm from this town. Talking about Pontiac. Oh, just a little city. With a whole lot of heart, yeah. Talking about Pontiac.
Good morning, good morning.
Talking about Pontiac. Get down. Over on the east
Good
side.
morning, good morning, good morning.
You had Gabby's store.
Welcome to Pontiac WYAC. Talking about Pontiac this morning. Go ahead and share it for me. We're going to talk about the traffic. We're going to talk about the traffic in the city of Pontiac. We're going to talk about the traffic a little bit. So I would just want to talk about it. Because people be, we're going to talk about it. But we're going to be talking about Pontiac.
Talking about Pontiac. There's so many people in my life. That's why I'll always come around. I remember Big Willie Black, Miss Eddie Kraft. Just my daughter. I'm still
So good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show this morning. We're going to go ahead and just get into it. Thank you, Mr. Ronnie McNair. I had the pleasure of work. I'm going to tell you guys, one of my things to do was, or on my list to do, was work with Mr. Ronnie McNair. And I got an opportunity to work with Mr. McNair. I did 2 music videos for Ronnie McNair. And it was crazy, y'all, because he went to school with my mom's. And we all know who, the historic ramifications of Ronnie McNair in the city of Pontiac, but not beyond that. Just, man, just a a songster. You know what I mean? He lives, breathes, and a true musician. I mean, he surrounds himself with everything musical. You know what I mean? And I had the opportunity to hang out with Ronnie. I had to, just him being a fly on the wall, him telling me stories. I mean, I got a chance to hang out with Ronnie McNair. I could say that. Look, that's a big. Let me go ahead and put a round of applause for that. There, I done hung out with Ronnie McNair. For real, for real. It was an experience. You know what I'm saying? And Ronnie was telling me about stories about Bobby Brown, about was it Sly Family Stone. He was telling me, me and Ronnie McNair actually went down to Detroit and spoke to Chief Craig when he was the chief of police down in Detroit, and Wayne County Sheriff. I forgot his name, but he was doing some type of prevention, like a brutality and crime prevention type of thing, and brought me to the table. We was sitting straight downtown, you know what I mean, and overlooking the water, talking to the chief of the Detroit police and the the sheriff, head sheriff, the sheriff basically of Wayne County. And Ronnie was just telling me stories. I mean, he remembered my moms, he remembered my pops, so it was a good thing or a good time to be able to just hang out with Ronnie McNair. You know what I mean? It was kind of fun. So to get that experience was something. And actually something that I looked for and tried and wanted to do, and got an opportunity to work with Ronnie McNair. So I'd like to give a great big shout out to Ronnie McNair. Maybe one day I might, I don't know if anybody has ever, tried to get Ronnie McNair on this. I might have to try to reach out to Ronnie and get Ronnie on Pontiac WYAC. Also, I'm contemplating a name change, y'all. I really don't know yet. But Ronnie introduced me to a guy named Butch, who was a producer for Death Row on Death Row Records. He produced Tupac. He's from Detroit, you know what I mean? But Butch reached out to me the other day, so I'm going to have to reach out to Butch. I got footage for Butch that I filmed to him. I've been holding on for 4 to 5 years, some footage of that I shot of his friend Butch that was in the studio, and yeah. But you guys, welcome to Pontiac WYAC here in the morning. We're just going to be talking just a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and get the day started. Right now, everybody getting those kids ready for school. And it's funny, I was thinking to myself, like, I ain't seen a lot of drives like coat drives or back to school drives and rallies or giveaways, and that's something that you usually see around this time of year. You see a lot of people, getting ready to or giving the kids things as far as book bags, crayons, pencils, paper, notebooks, binders, and all that type of thing. I haven't really seen that this year, or maybe I've been too busy to even recognize, but one person that I have really seen, I'm going to pull her up. Let me see here. Isha Branner. She's been doing major things. Let me see if I can pull her up. But she did some things as far as, I think, a giveaway and helping the kids as far as getting supplies to them, and give a big shout out to her. She's been doing like major work and major things in the community. She's expanding, and she's doing really well, doing real awesome. You know what I mean? So I got to give a shout out to Isha Branner. Go ahead and share this one more again. And if you tune in, please, please share. Please share. So today, well, again, I got to give a big shout out to Isha Branner. She's doing amazing things. So please share. Also, I want to talk about traffic, because last night, you guys, I had a late night. I had a busy weekend. Shout out to the city of Pontiac. Was basically hosting a sister city in Japan, from Japan, and I was involved with doing some filming, helping with the city of Pontiac. Shout out to Phil Brown with that, and Had a busy day. Then had a podcast later that evening with my brother. Reginald Wins, the Rising Stars podcast. And when I was leaving, yo, good morning. Hey, what's happening, Gina? So, had a busy weekend. And then when I left, so I didn't leave the office. I didn't leave the podcast studio last night till 9:30, y'all. So I'm leaving, and I know why I don't be out late at night no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do it. I don't want to do it, right? So it's like this. What's up, dog? So I left the office at 9:30 last night, and I had to go back because I forgot my iPad. So I had to go, Anyway, I'm coming down. I don't know. I took the long way home. I went down Huron or whatever the case may be. It was a dude just flying. Going like, I swear to God, like 70, 80 down Huron. If he would have hit anybody, the person would have been annihilated, dead. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, this is why, people got to chill out, man. But with this driving, people be reckless driving. And it was ironic that I thought of this, it's ironic that I even thought of this because there is a story talking about reckless driving. And I want to go ahead and I want to talk about it for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to watch people because not too long ago, last year, 2024, I got hit by a lady. And I came from what's up, Chris? Man, I came in from a, hold on one second, make sure you guys can hear me. 1, 2, 1, 2, okay. I'm from I don't know why my thing was blinking here. I came in from a fraction from this lady probably taking me out, y'all. It was on Square Lake going into Franklin. And I was leaving the office probably around 9 o'clock that night. The lady flew through the light, boom, hit me, wrecked my BMW. It was the best car I ever had, y'all. I mean, this was a C450 and black on black, dropped to the floor, midnight, black, you know what I'm saying? Sounds right, bro. But the car, she messed up the car. It was totaled, but forget the car. If it was a fraction more, I probably wouldn't be on here with y'all, for real. She knocked me from the dog, for real. When she hit me, it was like a bomb. She hit me from one side of the street. I flew. The car went at least 30 feet. It had to be angels, bro. It had to be angels. It went 30 feet. I went 30 feet from where she initially hit me, and I ended up on the other side of the doggone street. And people rushed out the cars, and people was like, we thought you was dead. So people be flying through here, man. They be on drugs. They be high. They be drunk. They be don't knowing how to drive, period. They stolen cars, whatever the case may be. And when they be driving like this, they sure ain't got no insurance. And it's hard enough for just regular people to have insurance anyway. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't. It's crazy. So coming down here around last night, and I'm just driving old man style. I'm, chilling, paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm going across Huron, where the Oakland Press building is, Huron and Woodward intersect. And this person just came down doing 75, 80. Just whoo, floating. And I'm like, for what? I was like, yeah, I got to hurry up and get home, y'all. I got to hurry up and get home. So I looked up this story, y'all. Let me go ahead and get this pulled up here because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and it shouldn't be happening. Shouldn't be happening at all. I'm going to pull this up, and I'm going to share it with you all. Oh, I was playing Ronnie McNair. I was playing Ronnie McNair, talking about Pontiac. because that's what we're talking about today. But let me go ahead and share this screen here because we're going to talk about, for a second, this doggone traffic. And y'all need to be watching what y'all doing out here in these streets. When y'all leave to do what y'all doing, wherever y'all coming from, the club, partying, what, be mindful because people will take you out of here. It almost happened to me. You know what I'm saying? So we talking about Pontiac. We're going to talk about Pontiac real quick. Watch these people around you. Let's roll the story.
Appear to be moving smoothly here in this spot.
Well, now to a troubling trend in Pontiac. The Oakland County Sheriff's Office is investigating that city's 7th serious hit and run so far this year.
Now, this unfortunately has become a pattern in the city. Sunday night at around 10:30, a man was critically injured at the intersection of Perry Street and Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard.
And weeks before that, there were 2 separate deadly hit and runs, each within a few blocks of each other on Baldwin Avenue.
7 News Detroit reporter Brittany Toulis is hearing from the sheriff and neighbors about this. She joins us live this morning with more. Brittany, what can you tell us?
So they're saying it's an uptick of hit and runs. Yo.
Yeah, at last check, Alien Keenan, the victim, is in critical condition. Deputies believe he was hit by a driver while crossing Perry. It's unclear right now if he was in the crosswalk when it happened, but once the driver leaves the scene, becomes a
So they ain't hitting cars, they hitting pedestrians.
serious crime.
For the second time in 2 weeks, the Oakland County Sheriff's Office is asking for help to find a driver who struck and seriously hurt a pedestrian, then kept going.
My most important question is, where's your humanity? How can you hit another person and just leave?
Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard says it's the 7th hit and run in Pontiac this year that has either left someone dead or seriously hurt.
Yo, hit and run. People hitting and running because they ain't got no really insurance, you know what I'm saying? Or they shouldn't be driving suspended, drunk, high. When they know they wrong, so they leave the scene.
It happened Sunday night around 10:30 p.m. near the intersection of Perry and Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. A young man crossing the street was struck by what witnesses say was a white work truck. The driver fled the scene, leaving the man lying in the road. It comes just a few weeks after another man was hit and killed crossing Baldwin Avenue near Grandy Street shortly.
So peep what they saying, y'all. They ain't even really, they hitting folks. They hitting people. They hitting, it ain't funny, but they hitting people. They ain't even hitting car. I'm talking about what happened to me hitting a car. These jokers out here high, out they mind, drunk out they mind, shouldn't be driving, stolen car, whatever the case may be, they doing it wrong. And
Before midnight on August 5th.
I like walking. I like taking my kids for a walk. But it's so scary to be on the main road in Pontiac that we barely even do it anymore.
Alexis Bragg and her boyfriend lived near the intersection and heard the crash, then saw the lights. But they say it wasn't loud like the typical Carver's car crashes they're used to hearing at this intersection.
In the summer, we usually see about 4 to 5 accidents. A couple years ago, I had a car come up between my house and my neighbor's house, took out the fence. If that fence wasn't there, they would have ended up in my kitchen.
With how many accidents we see, it's scary.
The victim in this crash is in critical condition and is currently unidentified.
So think about what they saying. It's getting to the point, I know that area too, and that intersection is kind of choppy. I know up there also was a lot of construction. So you got to be real mindful when you come to these intersections. And that's what I was saying right there on that's where my accident wasn't there, but my accident was at an intersection. And you got to be watchful. And the girl was coming so fast when she hit me, it was like a lightning bolt. If she would have took me out of here, I wouldn't even known I was gone, tell you the truth, until I woke up on the other side. You know what I'm saying? That's how fast it be happening at these intersections. You know what I mean? So you got to be, when you get to these major intersections, like somewhere between Perry and Martin Luther King, or you get at Woodward and Square Lake. You watch these intersections, watch them. Not only driving, but you got to watch them as you're walking. You mess around and be a hamburger patty.
Deputies say he's Hispanic and in his late teens or early 20s. Bouchard says pedestrians should use caution at night, wear brighter clothes, use crosswalks, don't be glued to your phone, and cross in well-lit spots. But no matter what, drivers need to stop.
We encourage folks to stop, because whether you're at fault or not, you're compounding it in a very significant way by leaving.
So that's another thing. You probably gonna get caught because there is gonna be some surveillance. Somebody gonna see that or identify that car. But yo, for real, at the end of the day, really just watch what you're doing. If you're walking, you're riding your bike, and this is what I tend to do is I like to ride my bike now. I like to get out and X, Y, and Z. But I be hitting trails. I don't do an intersection at all. I don't do nothing crazy. But you got to really watch where you're going. Watch these people out. When y'all out here driving, you out here walking, you out there, be watchful for them. You know, nobody talks about this. But for real, I could have probably really lost I got hit on this side, right here. So I could have easily, hey, what's going on, TD Lou? I could have easily lost arm, a leg, a foot. I mean, if this accident was any way fractional different from the way it happened, you know what I'm saying? This hand could be mangled. This hand, I couldn't even have a hand. You know what I'm saying? So you got to watch these people. They be high and drunk. You know what I mean? Hey, I love Pontiac. We talking about Pontiac, but this is a problem. And I'm not trying to highlight problems, but we need to just, you know, this is something that we don't think about. You know what I mean? People be out here speeding and going crazy. Like I said, I left the office last night and God just zooming. I'm like, yo, this is why I don't be out at night. This is why I don't do much. I do what I got to do in the daytime. At nighttime, you know, I like to be in. You know what I'm saying? And so it's crazy. But I didn't know they were having hit and runs on pedestrians going on. You know what I mean? And come on.
Leaving the scene.
The Oakland County Sheriff's Office is asking anyone with information on this crash or any of the previous hit and runs to come forward. Also, if you know who this victim is, you can give them a call or you can leave an anonymous tip through Crime Stoppers. We have both those numbers on WXYZ.com. I'm Brittany Tulis for 7 News Detroit this morning.
Wow.
Right at around 10.
So, yeah, hey, y'all, be careful. I'm going to open up the phones line real quick, and I just, you know, I didn't come on for a whole bunch, but you guys, I'm thinking about, like I say, changing up the script a little bit. I might be changing the name of the show. Came up with a thoughtful name, you know, something, a blast from the past, but I like change and I like things like that. So I might come up with a fresh new name of the show. Since I got my setup 100% ready and, you know, rocking now, I'm gonna open up the phone lines. You can call if you like. 248-905-1128, 248-905-1128. You can call. The phone line is open only for a couple of more minutes, and then I'm out of here, and then, you know, get my workout on, and then we starting the day. Had an early day, started at 5 this morning. So we're going to go ahead and try to, you know, have a productive, good day, you know, and move on. But I'm thinking about changing the name of the show, or maybe adding a new one or adding a new show. But I wanted to come on today. We're going to be covering, like I say, all types of news, starting with local, then regional, and then national. We're going to hit the national scene. So I think that's a good format. Like news, like we just showed today, and then we're going to go regional, probably far as what's going on, you know, in the state of Michigan. Overall, what's affecting the state of Michigan, and then nationally, we're going to hit national news. And then if somebody want to chime in, they can. And I'm going to try to do this as often as possible. I would love to get up and do it every day. So we'll see how this pans out. Depends on my schedule and you know, gigs or whatever the case may be. You know, I plan to come on back tomorrow morning and have a more detailed show planned. We might even get somebody in the morning, you know, to come on. They can be at work. You can call in. You can be at work. I send you the link. Hey, while you at work, I send you the link. You pop on real quick. Blah 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 blah. If you guys say something about your, no, I ain't gonna say nothing about your job. Don't do that. But if you need to get on or whatever, we want to get on real quick. You at your job or whatever. Talk about your job. You want to call in, you can call in, and I'm gonna try to do this morning because I like the morning. I like the nighttime, but I like the morning, like on the weekdays, the morning show on the weekdays. So if I can stay disciplined, that's what it's all coming down to, discipline. But since I got my setup permanently, phased in here, it shouldn't be a problem at all to really do it and stay consistent with that. So if you want to call real quickly. If not, we'll be out of here in the next couple of minutes. 248-905-1128, 248-905-1128, Pontiac WYAC. But I'm going to tell y'all what the new name of the show going to be. Drum roll. The new name of the show, Pontiac WYAC, is going to continue to be the flagship. Let's get that right. But the morning show is going to be called Channel 1. Channel 1. So Pontiac WYAC is going to continue to be like, my nightly thing or my evening thing and bugging out, having fun, Pontiac X, Y, and Z. But the new show name that's going to be launched, I love new names, and new names give you new beginnings and things like that. So the morning show, if consistency can stay consistent, the new show in the morning is going to be called Channel 1. And the reason it's going to be called Channel 1, y'all, is y'all remember, I don't know who all listening and watching, when I was in junior high, early high school, whatever, we get up in the morning in the homeroom, they had Channel 1. We go to homeroom, we'll watch Channel 1, then we go to first hour, second, third, whatever. But every day, Channel 1 gave education and blah, blah, blah. And, I'm like, yo, we had to watch Channel 1 every morning. Even if we weren't watching, it was on. So I'm like, yo, I'm about to bring back Channel 1. Channel 1 no longer exists, so it's autonomous, and anybody could be Channel 1 like anybody could be Channel 2. But Channel 1. So Channel 1. I'm going to come up, I think today I'm going to come up with a logo. It's set, Channel 1. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to have a whole layout for a show. I'm going to have a whole layout for a show. Channel, I didn't say it, so I got to do it. Barring, I got a gig if somebody called me today, you know what I'm saying? So X, Y, and Z. I'm going to come up, logo, bam, bop the logo, and do it at, what's a good time? 8:30? I'm thinking. The part of me that want to be slow motion about it say 8:30. The other part of me say 8 o'clock. I don't know. It can't be 9. That's too late. So I'm thinking it's either 8 o'clock maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I gotta have shit set up for real. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, all I gotta do is come down here, press the button, and do quick 30, 45 minutes and I'm going about my day. 8 o'clock might be the best, really. I don't want to do it too early. I kind of want to do it while people are moving. Yeah, I might do 8. I think 8 might be it. So with that being said, y'all, I am going to go. I just wanted to come on. And this story just crossed my mind when I saw it, you know what I mean, as far as the experience that, I saw last night. It was just, dudes speeding, people just ain't watching what they doing. They're not thinking about people's lives. They're not thinking about people's property. Nobody's thinking about nobody, and that's why they be driving like that, And when you driving on the street like Huron or you on Woodward, Telegraph, they not highways, but they can be fast moving. They can be fast moving lanes sometimes, especially when it ain't a lot of traffic. People start floating through there. But the problem is, like on the street like Huron, is you can really lose control on Huron because it's kind of hilly. And you can be going 80. It depends on what type of car you got. Now you on a little Humpterville, they ain't got no good shocks, struts or whatever, and you hit one of them hills and you going 70, 80, you hit and you can go airborne quick. Cause those cars ain't built for that. They ain't, the suspension is wrecked in the first place, where you bouncing all over the place anyway. And next thing you know, you on the side of a building, you done killed yourself or killed someone or majorly injured someone for life. So I mean, just be careful what you're doing out here, while you're driving. And like I said, this story just kind of came across me this morning when I saw this, critical condition after a hit and run. And maybe, hopefully, prayerfully, it's a 100% full recovery, and hopefully he doesn't have lifelong injuries that stick with him throughout his life, because that can easily happen, be what the case is. So with that being said, man, y'all be safe. Y'all have a good day, good Monday. Be looking out for tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, Channel 1. The launch of Channel 1. And probably have a little good time with that. And like I say, Channel 1 is like the news in a way. So we'll do it like that. All right, y'all. One love. Peace. Keep God first, family second, and you third. And in that order, you should never be made last, because the last is made first.